by the ocean. Everything like of your motions can concentrate. Yet in all your might and glory vanished from the sky. Just another story. This man-made lie. They tell us how you fell from the sky.
That was kind of strange. Yeah, well. Let's, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Free American Hour. I'm your host, Clay Douglas. And my guest today is Donna Taylor and Mark Taylor. Today is April 20th. It's the anniversary of the Columbine shooting, the Columbine massacre. Mark Taylor was the first student shot, and what we're going to talk about is not only what happened then, but what has been happening to them, to Mark, to Donna, in the last 10 years. Hang on. This is what happened.
Sam's a little hyper. He wiggles in his seat. He doesn't tuck his shirt in. He isn't very neat. He speaks out in the classroom. He runs from here to there. When it's brought to his attention, it's like he doesn't care. So what could be the problem? Why can't he get it right? The teacher's at our wits' end. No solution is in sight. For breakfast he has Pop-Tarts and a bowl of Captain Crunch. He drinks a glass of chocolate milk, he has ice cream bars for lunch. At home he watches TV, Nintendo games galore. And he never puts his stuff away, and he never shuts the door. His mother got a phone call from the counselor at the school. Said, we've got a pharmaceutical, it's a new effective tool. Let's drug him down. Let's drug him down. And he'd argue every day. His mom became concerned, and she took him off that med. And then something went awry, and something snapped inside his head. He started getting violent. Every day there'd be a fight. Then his mother finally realized something wasn't right. And Sammy got a raincoat and some dark sunglasses too. He didn't tell his parents where he went or what he'd do. The other kids at school were afraid when he's around. Then one day police were called because some stuff was going down. Sammy thought he had to injure, Sammy thought he had to kill. But they never told you on the news he was on some pharma pill. They drugged him down. Yeah, they drugged him down. They tried to turn him around. Yeah, they drugged him down. Gave him Zoloft, gave him Bus Bar, Ativan, and Prozac too, or any other drug that'll do the things they do, yeah! Out of the school, but the pharma manufacturers are exempt from any rules. They're rigging in the dollars, making billions every year. They only want your money, they don't care about your tears. Almost every single killing that you're hearing on the news has a psycho drug connection, but they're keeping that from you. Let's bring them down. Yeah, let's
And Donna Taylor, welcome to the Free American Hour, darling.
Sucking money out of you, let's bring them down. Let's bring them down.
And you tried, didn't you? You and Mark sued the pharmaceutical companies for what they fed to Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris. Your son, Mark, was the first student shot there. And, you know, it's not just about the kids. It's not just about the drug companies. It's about the law enforcement there in Columbine that let Mark lay there bleeding for 2 hours with at least seven bullet wounds.
Right.
How did you... When you first heard this, I mean, this has got to be, you know, incredible shock to be sitting at home or something, and then suddenly on the news you find out that the school where your son has been going, and there's a student there. When did you find out that Mark was actually one of the students that was shot there? How did you learn about it?
I didn't find out till around 1:30. Around 1:30 is when I found out. In the afternoon. And I heard it on the radio. So I rushed over to the school, and somewhere around 11 something I found out on the radio, but I didn't know he was shot till about 1:30.
Okay. And what happened after you got to school? What was the scene? Can you describe the scene for us when you got to the school? What was happening? Parents were around. What were the police doing? Where had the...
Well, it was absolutely chaos. I mean, there were people waiting to see if their kids were shot. I mean, it was a building full of people. You know. It was over at the elementary school that we were waiting to see, you know, who was shot and that kind of thing. But no, it was horrendous. It was terrible. The thing is, Doug, Clay. The thing is, why is stuff like this happening? My question is why, and what is behind all of this, and why one shooting after another, and why isn't anything ever being investigated? Why is everything covered up? Clay?
Because they are planned. These people. They're creating a whole cadre of crazy people out there. They tried to do that to Mark too, twice. Once in Colorado. Tell me about that.
Three times in Colorado.
Well, tell me about this now. Now, wait a minute. Let's set the scene for this, because this is going up on YouTube, and Mark was shot 7 times. I've heard up to 13 bullet wounds. He was shot so many times that he couldn't even tell the. He knew Dylan Klebold, Eric Harris. Did they have a particular grudge with him? Did they pick out certain people to shoot?
No. Mark didn't even know them.
So it was just totally random. He just happened to be standing there.
That's right.
And then,
right.
when he lived and survived, and he came back and you took care of him. How long ago was this? Was this a 10 or 11th year anniversary?
It was 1999, Clay. So we're looking at what? 12 years?
Yep. Now, Mark got some attention. And Michael Moore made Bowling from Columbine and featured him in it. Is that correct?
Right. Correct.
He also used Mark, and I'm not just an overly big fan of this man. He didn't give Mark any money for appearing in his picture. He used him for a liberal campaign to get Kmart to stop selling ammo. And he never gave you or Mark a dime for this being in the movie?
That's correct.
After the movie, you got hooked up with John DeCamp, and I'm not sure if John DeCamp, I mean, he's done some good work. But he sued the pharmaceutical company. Who was it, Pfizer?
No,
Solvay. He sued Solvay for you on your behalf, and maybe some of the other Columbine parents were in on that. I don't know.
There were.
Okay, but again, Mark was taken to another room with the opposing attorneys, and basically threatened if he went through with if they went through with the lawsuit. So tell us what happened then.
Well, basically they silenced him and told him to settle up. The settling up was to donate $10,000 to a breast cancer society.
What the hell does breast cancer have to do with a pharmaceutical company shooting, shooting?
You see, they got my son so upset. That's all he could think about at that time, because his grandmother had breast cancer and passed away.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You see, they threatened him that if you dare take anything, but they made him feel like he wasn't to be awarded anything, you know. So that's why Mark felt guilty and said, well, let's give it to the Breast Cancer Society.
All right.
And it